Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of Flesh and Pod. My name is Abby, and I am your host. With me, as always, are Logan and Jordan. Let's switch it up. Jordan, what did you do
Oh,
in
wow.
Flesh and Blood this week?
Oh,
Oh,
I
goodness.
know.
episode
Wow.
21, new you, I
Gotta try
guess.
something
Yeah.
different.
Ooh,
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for this.
got.
You should always be ready.
Yeah,
You're an Eagle Scout. Isn't that the motto?
You're a
be
fucking
prepared?
Eagle Scout?
I am an Eagle Scout.
Don't you
yeah.
need like some like amount of cardio to be an Eagle Scout, or is it just you just have to be kind of smart?
16-year-old me was a different beast.
Okay, well, all right.
let's lay that down. But no, no, I was in it for the. I liked camping and I liked hanging out with my buddies, and they were all in Boy Scouts, so
But Eagle Scout's like a different level of commitment.
That's true. That's true. My dad was an Eagle Scout, so it was very easy to like want to achieve that. Yeah, it's I'm kind of embarrassed by how the organization runs itself now. From not letting like gay men be like leaders and like all that kind of stuff. It's not the organization I'm proud of, but like I did learn a lot from it. I met a lot of great people from it. Part of the adult I am today because of it, kind of thing. So that's cool. Yeah, we played Magic the Gathering and like tents and stuff. And so now to talk about Flesh and Blood, like where I kind of came from.
Did you get a Lightning Bolt merit badge like that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. So
no, that's a good point. No, there's some merit badge for like hobbies or recreation where you have to like demonstrate like your commitment to a hobby over a period of time. I don't remember what it was called or what we got it for, but I remember like doing like a thing that isn't a typical merit badge for like a merit badge because it was like my hobby or whatever.
All right, I get it.
Yeah. In terms of this week, I didn't know that. Yeah,
No, did not know.
I have a right here on my desk for video people. I have a always be prepared Boy Scout paperweight.
Yep.
So look at that.
That's the motto.
That's
You're
very
supposed to follow that.
Very prepared to weigh down paper.
That's right.
You are.
If there was paper on my desk, that would be doing a bang up job.
The fuck down.
Yeah, if paper was a thing that existed this year, it would be great.
What's paper? Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
I wipe my ass with it, but only to dry up what's left over after the bidet gets done. Like, there's no.
See, we need to invest in a bidet. Everybody tells us about a bidet.
I want one.
I'm not going to go into too great a detail about how sparkling clean my asshole is, but it is wonderful. It solves a lot of problems with Indian food and Thai food.
Christ.
It just kind of fixes a lot of things, and it leaves you feeling refreshed. I recommend the on-demand jet enema that is a good bidet.
At this rate, the podcast will end tomorrow afternoon. So for Flesh and Blood, I played an Armory on Tuesday. I played an Armory at the for anybody that's familiar with Columbus Heroes and Games. They are in the convention center at Columbus.
Oh, really?
They're
I've been
by
there.
the food court. Yeah, everybody's been in there during a tournament. You kind of walk around, buy some hobby stuff.
Yeah, I bought comic books there.
Yeah, there's a conference room past the cafeteria that they host their tournaments in.
Oh, cool.
And so played an Armory there. I played Staravo, and because I thought it was going to be the last time, which we'll talk about. But I went 1 and 2. I lost to Prism twice. Tough matchup already, but I also didn't play well.
Deserve it.
Okay, no. I played against 2 excellent Prism players, like both, like active in our Discord, like Prism Mommy, and then Jacob as well from the Columbus area, both great Prism players too. So I was a dog like anyway because they're better than me, and then it's already a bad matchup, and I'm an idiot, so like everything was working against me there.
Check all the boxes.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, though, I've been on a little bit of a buying spree, picking up the stuff that I'm missing from like set completion. Like I didn't open a ton of Crucible or much past 1 case of Arcane, so kind of just grabbing all the singles from those because hey, Crucible is now like the marker in time of old sets. I feel like with the history packs, so that's what I've been doing. It's been a pretty good week. But Logan, did you get into any more substantive play than that?
2 armories.
Okay.
Both draft, 1 WTR, 1 Tales of Aria. I am the fucking Lord and Prince of finishing in 3rd place, turns out.
Bog? Yeah. Well, not so bog.
Well, I mean, when 3rd place gets you like the cold foil auras, it's totally fine.
Is it like 3rd place out of a group or 3rd place out of 3?
3rd place out of like 15.
Oh, okay, so it's not like you chuck and Dagan and
right. No, we have our scene is growing here really fast. Like all of a sudden, we just have. It used to be we'd fire the draft or fire an event at 6 people, and now we're firing 14, 15, on a regular basis, which is great. Like
That's
I'm
awesome.
fucking here for it.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, just super happy about it. I played in 2 drafts, 1 WTR, playing Bravo. Where what did I lose to? I lost in the final round to a good Dorinthia, who was a new player. Played very well. And then yesterday, lost to, I was playing Briar in Tales of Aria draft and lost a very close one to a good Iyslexi who got 2 frostbites off on me in a turn that prevented me from killing them, and then they got me good on the crackback with a dominate arrow. So good on them for beating me like a rented mule. And then I played a ton of Magic this weekend too. So yeah, I played a lot of card games in general. Oh, and I played Digimon for the first time.
I heard that game's a banger.
It's not bad.
No,
From my early impression, it's got some shit going on. It's not bad. We're not a Digimon podcast yet, but Diggin' Pod might be a thing.
Yeah,
later.
That's a good one.
So, but
depending on what happens with this Calling Taiwan fiasco, we could become a Digimon podcast.
Shit, that much is true. Abby, did you do anything in Flesh and Blood? Did you pop a pack and then rub it in Jordan's face?
No, I did not. Unfortunately, that would have been awesome.
That'd been great.
No, I did not play at all this week. I've obviously been immersed with everything that's happened in the news every week. And then today, I found this in our living room. It's opened already, but Jordan's been buying cards to finish our collection and just found this this little box of Arcane that's sorted right here that we forgot we had. So
I hope there's something great in it.
Oh, there's not. I think it's all commons.
I think it's all commons and rares.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah, but then again, I've sorted legendaries. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sure that we have bought cards in here because we did not think we had them. So that's
shit
cool.
Happens.
Yeah,
I did. I bought an extra blue snatch or alpha snatch. If anybody needs 1x alpha snatch, I bought 4 instead of 3 for some fucking reason.
Just a quick look at the collection spreadsheet for me. I am down to just super rares and majestics for Arcane Rising, so I don't think there's going to be anything in that box. Like big fortunate, fingers crossed that I didn't double buy.
Well, I don't know because you did the legendary that you put as a common, so.
Yeah, right. Like, who can be sure? There could just be like
you did what?
There could. She's talking about the
vestige.
The vestige, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that and now I want to be clear to everybody that was most definitely Jordan because if I opened it, I would have known.
Okay, very close. As long as the bus is clearly parked on somebody's
for sure
corpse, we
we can
move on. Yeah, it's fine.
It's absolutely my fault for sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the news this week. So,
there's a lot.
There's a lot this week.
Motherfuckers.
There's a lot. So, we'll just do the
rip the Band-Aid off. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
We'll do the not great stuff first, and then go into a better thing. All right. So our bestie Starvo is not gonna living legend out.
All right. So, and then as Jordan so adroitly put on the show notes for this week, what do?
I just don't know, man. They've done this to themselves at this point. And here's the thing. Before, if everybody will recall, I was a team, I'm okay with no bans, no changes, right? I was on that team. I was probably wrong, okay? But based on the community perception, I'm way off like base with like the community. But that was the take I had.
This is what I'm drinking tonight, folks.
What are you drinking, by the way?
This is from Confluence Brewing here in Des Moines. It's a very, very good brewery. Shouts out to Confluence. And this is a Galactic Des Moines IPA, double dry hopped with Galaxy, Mosaic, and Columbus hops.
Ooh.
Very hoppy, very kind of has a little bit of that juicy vibe to it. That one's great. And to pull me across the finish line tonight, there's a couple high lifes over here. So
there we go.
We'll get it mixed in.
Yeah,
we'll get it mixed in. Don't you worry about it. We start bougie and then we come back down to the people because I am a man of the people. So,
right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, like, so they clearly thought they added battle hardens to get this done. They set it up to say basically, hey, look, like the article basically screamed, "We think it's going to Living Legend out," and
it didn't.
And it didn't. It's not going to.
Now, do you think that the addition of a suspended list is the poison pill for the Pro Tour, and that it gets suspended for the Pro Tour, then unsuspended for PQ Season 2, so that it just then goes away?
Well, so Jordan and I actually talked about this earlier. The Pro Tour and ProQuest Season 2 are the same.
Yeah, there'd be one weekend of ProQuest.
Abby is really putting that pop filter to work today.
And
she's kicking it, yeah.
I would have a real problem with it if they suspend it for a week and then let it come back for the rest of the ProQuest season. Like in or out.
Yeah.
Like you have
that.
done this. You have created this problem. You had your opportunity. You didn't take it. Then you added all of this stuff in hopes that it would happen, but we knew that there was a chance it wouldn't. But then you're going to come and say, well, we're going to ban it until this day. And if you want to play a ProQuest that first weekend, it's not there, but everyone after that's going to have it.
Abby's bringing the fucking heat.
I don't like it. I'm very not happy.
All right. Well, that's
that option.
That's a take.
That's a take. I don't hate it.
I'm not mad about it at all.
I don't think it's hot. I think it's a lukewarm take, honestly.
Tepid take?
Yeah, tepid take. Yeah.
I think so. I think it's
a room temperature.
A nice, refreshing, like saline solution of a take. Kind of good.
Yeah. And Abby doesn't have takes that often.
No,
she's more of a bus driver.
I got very heated about it earlier too.
Well, this is a take about a format that she can't shuffle the fucking deck of cards. She has a take about something she has zero investment in.
Exactly. I will never play against this deck, but it still bothers me.
This is a take. That may make this take a little bit warmer. Honestly, this might make this a like water bottle that was filled 8 hours ago type of take.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Or like what is that, like baby formula that was heated up take?
I burned. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm not going to go into my.
I don't want to know about that.
I have a child. I mean,
that's right. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, all right. I didn't know if we were going some weird
place.
Nope.
All right. Not that. So,
man, it's only
no shame, but not me. But yeah, I get that, and it's. I selfishly do not want Starvo at the Calling. I'm going to be there to play, and I don't want it to be... I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to play the fucking deck in order to do well, or play Prism, which I don't really have fun playing. It's not my style of play. It's not what I want to be doing. And honestly, after this weekend and in Taiwan with Chain and the 1 second I spent in the Chain portion of the big Discord, I'm convinced that Chain is just a Hot Topic employee named Chandler that put Chain on their name tag to fucking look edgy. And that is just the identity of Chain. Fuck fucking Chain right now, because somebody has poisoned it for me by being a cheating scumbag.
I love it.
So I'm going to be with Viscerai, who's going to be real OG goth instead of this fucking pretender. Maybe I'd play Viscerai, but Viscerai also, it's a lot easier to play Starvo well enough to get somewhere, right?
Right.
And I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't. So I'd like the change. And if it has to have a tone of finality to it, like Abby kind of talked about, then great. It has to have a tone of finality. I would be okay with the suspension, but I wouldn't be in love with the suspension, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the idea of the suspending things, I thought I liked the idea of a suspension list for Classic Constructed when they brought it up. But now that I'm hearing the applicable or the ways that it would apply to Classic Constructed and Stravo, I'm like, I kind of hate the idea of a suspended list for Classic Constructed. I hate the idea that it could be used to get us past events. I really don't like that concept of like, well, we want this event to be different, so we're going to suspend some cards. And that has downstream effects, like Abby says, like week 1 of ProQuest people at the Calling, people in the Battle Hardens, right?
It's a super good point.
And it really puts pressure on the testing because, like,
for sure.
Like, yikes, a week from now, pro players are going to have to figure out what they're going to play a week from then.
Yeah.
And it's anybody's game in terms of, like, what happens.
Right.
We have no idea. We have no idea.
No, we absolutely don't.
And I think we're gonna see Stravo still around, because they say in that article, if he's not there, he will be part of the meta. I don't see them banning a Majestic hero, like banning.
No, suspension. I could get with. I don't want them to do something stupid. I don't want them to suspend Oakenhold and make Oldhim less playable.
Right.
Same story with Crown. I don't want them to suspend Crown for a tournament and hurt the Runeblade decks plus, Briar and Briar and Oldhim. I don't want that. Right. I want either a clean answer to Starvo, which we do have one coming down the pike.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert about those. Spoilers. At any rate. But we've spent way too much oxygen on this show talking about this dumb fucking card. It's gonna go away, and by the end of June, it's gonna be gone. So I would just be I'm more than ready to piss on Starvo's grave. That's basically where I'm going with this. For sure.
It's just crazy that this set is. I think of us as an Everfest show. We were born in Everfest, right? Around the spoiler season for Everfest, and like the release was kind of where we kind of took off, right?
Yeah, the release, I would say we took off. Like we were born in like from the fires of Aria. But
yeah, sure. I want to say like Everfest spoiler season was kind of where we like kind of got our footing, and then we took off during release, right? Yeah. I think of us as an Everfest show, and I feel like all we've talked about is this fucking card as a podcast. Like
we've mentioned Bingo like twice. And the only reason that Knick Knack Brick-a-Brack comes up is because Abby loves it.
Because Abby likes it, yeah. I would like to go through the show notes back till Everfest spoilers and see how often the word Bravo appears in the show notes, and it's got to be
every time. It's got to be every time since Everfest released,
for sure.
So
but I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I don't either. One thing I do want is I want them tomorrow to not wait till the second, knowing that Starvo is not going anywhere via the Living Legend system, that whatever other option they had, announce it now. Don't wait.
And here's what's crazy. They could have done this in April. Like they could have done this when they knew, hey, you know what? We're not going to touch it. We're going to let it see it play out. And then just giving you the two trees. Hey, if it gets Living Legend out, here's tree 1. If it doesn't, here's tree 2.
I do firmly believe that that LSS wants Starvo to Living Legend out. I believe that they want to celebrate the achievement. I believe they want the beginning of that discussion about that eternal format to start happening. If you ban Starvo, that doesn't happen. That's why I don't think a Starvo ban is in the offing. A suspension is probably your next cleanest solution, but it's still not clean.
No.
So I don't know. It's just more. Please join us in our Discord and come to the Kierkegaard Corner Existential Dread channel, and we'll be more than happy to keep talking about how much our lives have been impacted by this fucking dork.
It's bananas. It's bananas.
It is. It absolutely is.
That's all right. Do you want to know something that's more bananas?
Is it cheating in the finals of a calling on camera?
Blatantly cheating on camera. This is the second time. This is the second time.
I'm a man of the people, and I like to give the people what they want. And I think what the people want is LSS to yeet this fucker into the sun.
Oh my
god!
So
can we get with the yeeting and just get us that announcement that this motherfucker is on a nice vacation from the game? And can you imagine that you're sitting down at a table in the very end of a fucking tournament on camera? If you don't cheat or get DQ'd and you just lose, you still have a PTI. You
have $1,000.
You still have $1,000. You still have your gold foil, right, from the top 8 or whatever. Your random foil drop, from the top 8, and instead your choice is to cheat and lose all of that. What the fuck type of risk management courses are they teaching? This is not proper risk management by any stretch of the imagination.
Not even a little bit.
This is Calvin Ridley betting on football shit. Like, what
Right.
the fuck are you doing?
Risk 1,200 or risk what it was 2.4 million or something to win 1,200. Man,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, the shit. It doesn't make any sense. And my guess is this was patternistic over the course of the tournament, which, okay, so scum is scum. And I guess that also reinforces the old adage that scum's gonna scum. Like, if you're scum, you're gonna scum.
You're gonna do it. The best part was Abby asking me today, like, this guy cheated on camera. Isn't that crazy? And here's what's crazy.
Nah.
It's not that crazy.
Nope.
People do this shit. They did it in Magic. They just think they can get away with it.
Continually did it in Magic.
Guys did it over and over and over again. And it reminds me of I thought of this today when I was thinking about this guy. I have a professor in law school, and he had a client who had gotten, he had robbed a bank, got out, robbed another bank, got arrested again, and got out, did another crime, got arrested, and the third or fourth time that my professor's with this guy, the guy's like, I'm getting better at this. I think like I got it down this time. And my professor's like, man, if you were good at this, we wouldn't know each other, bud. Like, like you're not good at, you're not a good criminal.
You're not missing the boat here because of lack of practice, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, like you're not good at this, man. Yeah, like you wasted your entire life being bad at this. And that's what this guy's entire TCG career, he has wasted being bad at this. And like, listen, there's been some people on Twitter and on Reddit going, well, people are capable of redemption. Maybe a 6-month ban is appropriate. I hope this guy is banned from every card game that's ever existed for the rest of his life forever. Yeah. We're not talking about loss of liberty here. I hope he improves and I hope he becomes a better person and stops cheating. That would be great. But he's not entitled to play this card game. No. We're not talking about like taking away his livelihood or anything like that. We're like, he's a cheater and he doesn't have the right to play this game. And it's better for everyone if I know that the guy across from me risks losing everything associated with this game if he cheats me. That feels really good because he's not going to do it. We've already seen LSS be very wishy-washy on some community cheating things. I think I gave them a pass on the last one because they did
upside down cards thing.
No,
Nasty folks.
Was it him with the missed triggers and stuff, and then trying to like angle shoot something? Yeah. So I gave them a pass on the way they handled that. I would have liked to have seen a year or two suspension for that. But like, this is a lifetimer for me. Like, get him gone.
I mean, we do have something like we have the example of the kid at I say kid, I call everybody a fucking kid anymore. But the person in Indy that was DQ'd early in the tournament for having their cards turned when they were putting cards back from Crown of Seats or whatever, and they called it mark cards and DQ'd them. I think that there's less chance of malice in that than in this. This seemed very narrowly, specifically malicious. Missed triggers, okay, shrug. I can see that. I can see being new at the game. I can see having a little bit of, I still have instances where I'm just like, oh shit, how does this work again? And fuck, things like that. Yep. And especially at like, your casual REL events or whatever, it's as simple as, can we do some takesy backsies? No, yes, okay, cool, don't care. Right. This is blatant. This is trying to get over, and chat is undefeated, folks. Like, let's not go at chat.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
They are sitting out there with their pitchforks ready to stab. Like, do not give them the opportunity to do so. They're gonna get you. It is. You're going on the stake if you try it. That's what happened. I mean, you got. There's everything in life is a 2-part process. It's fuck around and find out. Homeboy fucked around. Homeboy found out. Simple as that.
And I tweeted this today, and I kind of wanted your take a little bit, Logan. If LSS doesn't do, I walked it back. I originally said lifetime ban because that's what I think he deserves.
Right.
But if they don't do at least a 2-year, it's really hard to justify playing this game. From like in a sanctioned competitive space, knowing that like my winning him for top 8, that guy could just be cheating me, and like there's no camera, there's no review, so like
how much of that is you regretting not holding WotC more responsible back in the days when this was rampant there? How much of this is just you seeing an opportunity to do something you wish would have been more clear to you years ago.
So I think it's less like wanting to punish LSS for WotC's sins and more, hey, this is a lesson learned. I think you bring up a good point, and that does require a little bit of like reflection of, do I just want to punish LSS for Wizards being just a fucking joke about this? Because Wizards was.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Like with Burton Sheeny, like
Oh,
guy was just like printing money every couple of years because they just let him keep playing.
The worst part about Burton Sheeny is then after they banned him for life, finally they started inviting him to speak at judge conferences to talk about how to catch cheaters. Like,
yeah.
They
this isn't the guy from Catch Me If You Can. This isn't that guy.
They kept paying him. Yeah. After they stopped paying him, they then found a way to keep paying him.
Yeah.
One of the higher ups at Wizards advocates for a known blatant cheater to belong in the Magic Hall of Fame because he's famous for cheating.
Oh, who?
So, Mark Long.
Oh, yeah.
Rosewater wants him in the Hall of Fame because he was the most famous Magic player of the era at the time, which is true, and famously a fucking horrifying cheater. So those are the types of things I find a lot more putrescent than going soft-handed right now. But I feel like at minimum, this is at least 6 months, and anything under a year is disappointing. 2 years is probably appropriate. That's my feeling.
That's fair. I can,
I want them yeeted, but to be fair, I do personally want them yeeted into the sun and lifetimed. But,
right. Yeah. I capitulated on lifetime. I can walk it back to it like 2 years, a year. A year feels super soft to me. Like
6 feels super soft to me. A year feels I can stomach it. 2 years, I'm fine with it. That kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, I do think though that if like they come out and they go like 6 months or like 3 months, man,
3 months is bullshit.
I have a very big problem. Like, it makes me not want to play tournaments. Mm-hmm. And I'm an established guy I've certainly played against a cheater, right?
Absolutely.
Like in my time of playing Magic tournaments at like competitive levels, I have certainly played against a cheater and been cheated and didn't know, right?
No, yeah, absolutely.
And you know that in the back of your mind, and you can put it away. But there was always at least the thought that, you know what, if it was on camera, WotC would protect me, which was foolish to think.
Because they didn't.
But I mean, maybe I'm just older and like less hunting for shit to do because like we're all busier than we were, and like it's just an easy thing to cut.
Your tolerance for the bullshit is lower.
Right. You know what I could do instead of promoting Flesh and Blood on a podcast? I could watch ESPN baseball Sunday night.
We could be promoting Digimon.
We could be playing Digimon. We could be a Digipod. And what?
We could have a bread pod. We could have a serial killer bread pod.
Oh my god! I thought you said and rent, and I was like, that musical sucks. Don't talk to me.
That's hot. That's a hot take. I'm way colder on Rent than when I was a teenager, but
I think there's some banger songs, but so like Angel is the worst character. She is awful
by a mile.
She kills a dog.
But Marina's the best fucking character.
Marina's the best character. But like I remember like I was on Twitter. Abby was showing it to me for the first time, and I was on Twitter like kind of reading around or whatever about it. And people were just in love with Angel, and I was like, she killed a dog. Like, what the fuck? She's the worst character. Now they're all bad. No one in that show is redeemable, really. But like I guess that's the point. Like humanity is irredeemable. But you know who
the
isn't?
Tango Maureen is.
The Tango Maureen is that song is peak. Yeah. That song is peak.
Yeah.
But you know who isn't redeemable is Mr. Ye from Taiwan. That guy should be
no. I don't think that saying that Mr. Ye is irredeemable as a human is. I think that's a bridge too far. But I would say
that's not what I meant. You're right. That's unfair. Yeah,
his redemption arc in Flesh and Blood should be a literal flat line. So
yeah, right. Like he should look for areas of redemption outside of the trading card game space.
That's my view.
I cannot imagine having the audacity to do that on camera. Like, first off, don't ever cheat. I would never cheat. I'm not smart enough to cheat in one of these games, so let's be clear on that. But like, I would never do it like in a regular game. But I couldn't imagine like being on camera, especially in like a high profile match that I know people are watching, and being like, yeah, no, I could definitely get away with it. What?
That's the mentality, though. See, that's the part that separates. Yep. That's what separates you from this guy. Like in terms of humanity, right? Is in this guy's head, like. he is so much smarter than everyone watching that he's going to get away with it. And
Yeah.
like that's where it comes from. Bert and Cheney, catch me once, catch me twice, whatever. I'm so much smarter than you. I'm going to adapt and get away with it this time.
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly
what
right.
that's the problem with these guys. And like
Yeah.
I said, I've certainly played against people that cheated and then walked away going, that guy's a fucking idiot. I cheated him and he didn't even know. And here's the problem is they don't realize that like they're literally worthless. But
Right.
like, you know, but like in their head, that's what makes them better than you. Is
Yeah,
that like they do
that's
this
right.
and you don't know, and like if it's a high, imagine if he didn't get caught, that guy'd be on cloud 9. I cheated that guy in front of 10,000 people and nobody noticed. I'm the fucking god, man.
And
Like
he would come back and be more audacious about it later.
he'd do it every time.
Every time.
I mean, he's probably done it every time since he got hit with an Oakenhold the first time. You know,
Right.
probably. Oh, that guy's not paying attention. I'm gonna put these 2 shitty cards on the bottom of my deck. You know,
Yeah.
So you make a good point that the audacity that's a signal that you're a good human. That you're like, what about the audacity to do that? They don't think about that.
Right. It's not on their radar to not do it.
It's crazy. So anyway, let's do quick hits around the table and just get what band you think you'd see and what band you'd like to see.
On Mr. Yay?
On Mr. Yeah, Logan.
Okay. We'll see 1 year, like to see lifetime.
Abby.
We'll see 6 months, would like to see at least 2 years.
I think we will see 1 year. I'd like to see lifetime. And I'd like to see WotC pick it up. I'd like to see shared band lists. I would love to see
band player list. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see WotC pick it up.
Whatever company makes My Hero Academia, fucking nuke them. Like,
yeah,
whoever makes MetaZoo, like, get them.
Yeah. Well, actually, maybe his punishment should be played MetaZoo.
Maybe we just send this one to MetaZoo. Like, this person has now been downgraded to having to play MetaZoo.
Like, deactivate his Magic Arena account, deactivate his Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links account. Like, make it so that all this guy's TCG player related purchases are invalidated.
Just gone.
Get you gone. Like, you should go away. You defrauded so many people, man.
I think our main message in the podcast at this point in time is we don't like cheaters, so don't.
Yeah, if you cheat, I hate you. I just hate you as a human. I hate you as a borderline. Like, and there's a difference between cheating and like making like a mechanical error and just losing your mind and like you do it, you take an illegal action and like, oops, like my brain was slow, right? Like that happens. That's not what this was.
No.
So don't hear me as like completely unforgiving in high pressure situations. Like,
no, this is deliberate.
I get it. This guy did it on purpose. He looked at all 3 cards. He was like, ooh, I need the one that was going to go on the bottom. Let's just quick slide a hand. Anyway, I'm mad about it. But
hopefully I don't die mad about it. Hopefully this is handled and and we can celebrate that on our next episode.
Hopefully I get to buy some Uprising cards. I'd like to. I'm
gonna buy some Uprising cards. Like this won't chase me away. But
if they do no ban, will it chase you away?
Absolutely.
Oh, see, I'd be done. Okay. Like, I'd email you all the passwords to all the accounts and be like, find another host.
That's a spicy meatball. So Abby, would you still be in? Because I'd still need that.
I would stay through the transition.
Okay, that's good. All right,
I would help you. I'd help you.
I'm a very corporate person. I I give my notice.
Your notice. Thank you. I appreciate
transition of power.
Sounds good.
I'm an independent contractor. Bye.
I'm about to 1099 this asshole.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
All right, let's talk about something good.
Can't wait for our international listeners to go, what the fuck's a 1099? Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you mean the government just doesn't tell you how much the taxes you owe?
Yeah, they sure don't.
No, it's my favorite guessing game.
Oh,
okay, so we're going to go into something fun and we're going to talk about the cards that have been spoiled. But before we start, I told Jordan this earlier and I was really excited. So when we started and Aria was out, I questioned there not being a fire element. Right? We had
ice,
we had earth, and we had now I forget all three.
Lightning. Do you know any elements? Can you name any of them?
Oh, I think we just okay.
Okay, no, it's fine. Listen, it's past my bedtime, so let's just.
That's on me. Okay.
Anyway, so I questioned why there wasn't fire, and now I'm very excited with the card that got spoiled today. All right, so how do you guys want to do this?
Let's card by card them. Let's
just day one. Yeah, let's just do day 1 to day 4.
All right, we're starting on day 1. I'm going to skip the first 2 because it's
Iyslander. Yeah.
Yeah, Iyslander is an adult now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she grew up.
All right. Glow up. Yes. Okay, so the next one. Channel the Bleak Expanse.
What the fuck are we doing?
What?
Oh, no, this card. Just my reaction to it.
Okay. It is a blue. It costs 1. It blocks for 2. It's an aura. It has Go Again. Heroes can't reveal cards, search deck, or draw cards from effects. And then channel ice at the beginning of your end phase. Put a flow counter on this and then destroy it unless you put an ice card from your pitch zone on the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it.
This is obviously like an anti-Starvo card.
No.
It's also, I guess, like an anti like Become the Arcanite. Tutor.
Yeah, what does Viscerai do with this card when they go, okay, so break Skeleta. All right. Play Sonata.
In response to Sonata.
In response to Sonata, out of Arsenal from Iyslander, play Channel the Bleak Expanse.
Yep.
Oh. I'll go ahead and reveal 0. Cool.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you're actually
Nice card.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
This is way worse than just hitting Starvo.
This is like this reminds me of, I know we're not a Magic podcast, but what's the blue black hybrid card from Magic that was played in Modern? Shadow Doubt. This is very Shadow Doughty. Very Shadow Doughty, which definitely. Like didn't let you use true to your deck was what Shadow Doubt did.
The problem with this, like you couldn't instant this as Iyslander to stop Starvo because you don't have priority before Starvo's reveal.
Sure.
But you just play this out. You just play this out and be like, okay, yeah, get fucked, nerd. Like I'm gonna keep this around for as long as humanly possible. It costs 1, and it's a blue, so it gets played at instant speed. It's ice, so it makes a fucking frostbite. Like this is a middle finger. Like I wonder if somewhere in this card art, and I'm examining it pretty hard, if I can just find a middle finger. Like this is our first hate card, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And it's going to be very easy for Iyslander to play it. Obviously, it's free on their turn or whatever, or 1 on their turn, and then keep it around for a bunch of turns.
Yeah, they can't, like, Iyslander can't fuse, but whatever.
Yeah, like this is totally fine. So,
yeah, like I said, it's our first hate card. It's sweet.
That's art that I would hang on my wall.
It's very cool art. I think this will look great in foil.
Yeah.
I just give this card an A. I think it's just an A card. That's it.
For sure. A, no notes.
All right, the next card is Encase.
Case of what?
I hope that you are quitting.
Red costs 0. It is a elemental wizard action. It has ice fusion. Deal 3 arcane damage to any target. If Encase was fused and deals damage to a hero, freeze that hero and all equipment they control until the start of your next turn. A frozen object can't be played or activated.
So yeah, this is quite dope.
This is the first card that we saw with freeze on it.
This is also the first card that we've seen to reference any target.
Yes.
So this was our first clue that we're getting more allies potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And that allies will be targetable. We do have another reference to that later with another card. Relevancy in this, it blocks for 3. If it deals damage, it straight up fucks a turn. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty good. I don't think I'm as high on this card as I am on Channel the Bleak Expanse, but it's early, right? Like this isn't a bad card by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a very good card. I think the freeze mechanic is bonkers. I think that this really is impactful in a lot of really cool ways. I just don't know that it's the auto include type of card, but I think it's awesome. And again, art I'd hang on my wall. Just no notes on the art. I'm probably a B- on this card, but I'm guaranteed to be wrong.
I think this is like a role player B for me. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Abby, what do you think? What do you when you see this card, what do you think of it?
So I don't know. I don't think it'll see as much play as some of the other cards we're going to reveal, but I certainly don't think it's the worst card I've.
By no stretch of imagination is that like one of the worst cards. Hey, beer 2.
The 2 beer show.
Oh no, it's not a 2 beer show. We got a lot to go.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a
there it is.
Show,
that was a good one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
All right, so the next card is Ice Bolt. Blue, costs 2, blocks for 3.
There's the one.
And it's an ice wizard action. It's deal 3 arcane damage to any target.
I honestly think this card's better than Encase.
Mm-hmm.
You can play it out of Arsenal for 0, deal 3, give them a frostbite, blocks for 3. No notes. Like solid, auto include in almost any Iyslander deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it also
same.
fuses Encase if you really needed to.
Right.
It pitches for Channel the Bleak Expanse. Like it's just good.
Yeah,
Yep.
this card's an A.
Yeah, it's just straight A. Like, it's great.
All right, day 2. So we have Ice Eternal. It's a blue elemental wizard action.
Oh boy.
It costs XX. So it's the Iyslander specialization with Ice Fusion, and it's create X Frostbite tokens under target hero's control. Then, if Ice Eternal was fused, deal arcane damage to that hero equal to the number of Frostbites that they control. And it blocks for 3.
Yeah. Jordan, you want to take a first pass at this?
Yeah, so I like the XX a lot. The first thing that I read when it came to this was like, oh, XX, and then all of these Ice Fusion or all of these channel ice cards is insane. Like, I just get to ditch my hand of all of the blue card, or all of the ice cards in it, and get to call out some random number, and I get to keep my thing around forever. So you can go up to channel ice 3 very easily, whether that's with your currently existing Lake Frigid or Bleak, the new Bleak expanse. You're going to do a lot of locking down with this.
Yeah.
The actual effect, we see some other cards later that are going to be kind of cool.
I mean, yeah.
With this, and we'll get to talk about those, but I guess this is the card that I was actually referencing. The fusion of this is actually the half. Sorry, it's not a card on its own. My bad.
No, it's just stapled to it.
It's just on this. Yeah. So I mean, this is the final burn card in a lot of decks. Yep. This is kind of the reach that Wizard needs a little bit. I'm excited to. I like this mostly for the channel effect myself, but the fuse part is also very cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
This makes things like energy pot and things that kind of let you have lingering resources.
Yep.
They also because it's fucking Iyslander, you can just play out of your arsenal at some point in time anyway. That it kind of does that, right? And again, we're back to this. This is a control deck, right? I see blues that block for 3. And everything is impactful. Like this fusing, you could very easily make 5, 6 ice, frostbites, and then dome them for that amount. And this is a single source of damage. So if you don't have enough null rune, you're taking a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
At max, like if you max out on all null rune, you can prevent 5 off of and that's it. This is a lot. Like this is a finisher. You're right. I mean, and I'm, I guess, very glad it says Iyslander specialization, but not that it matters a whole lot right now. Art's gorgeous, by the by.
Mm-hmm.
Another print I would buy.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the terms of just power level, I think this card is great. I honestly think that this feels more majestic than Encase. And it was just another A. It's just another good, just straight up good card.
Yeah, the rarities on the last 3 cards we've looked at are strange. Like, Encase and Majestic, you go, okay, well, that might just be like a draft thing too. Or, rarity, it's red, it's only red, so it's a Majestic because of that. But man, like, Ice Bolt at common, that's going to be a very common draft card.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun drafting Iyslander, and then like Ice Eternal at rare, that seems very good at rare.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to do our limited review of this set eventually.
Yeah, this is going to be a real This is going to be a real Poggers fucking limited review, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because that's the first time I've ever used that word. Did I use that correctly?
I think you did.
I'm trying to get to the millennial Zoomer level of shit, but it's really hard for me.
You want to stop after millennial. If you go to Zoomer, you're going to be like on TikTok, like mimicking like K-pop dance videos.
That's never happening. Okay.
Yeah, so you need to stop after millennial.
So I just I'll stick with millennial, and as a late period Gen Xer, trying to relate, just punch one step above my weight.
There you go. Yeah, we eat a lot of avocado toast, and that's why we can't afford anything.
Yeah, sure. It's not because the education system and job economy and everything else.
No, the world is not on fire.
It's literally rigged. Yeah,
it's Starbucks and avocado toast.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
1,000%. All right, so the next card, Icebind, is blue. It costs 0. It's an elemental wizard action. It blocks for 3. It has Ice Fusion. And then deal 1 arcane damage to any target. If Icebind was fused and deals damage to a hero, freeze a card in their arsenal until the start of your next turn.
It's a C+. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Blocks for 3. It's fine.
Yeah, you'll play this in your draft decks probably. It's
100%. Yep, it's just a blue that blocks for 3. It does the thing. If it was an ice action instead of an elemental wizard action, it would, and without the fusion text, then it'd be way better. But as is, it's fine. It's never gonna. It's not something you'd probably play in constructed. It's just fine.
All right. The next one is Frost Hex. It's blue. It costs 3. It's an Iyslander specialization. It's an ice wizard action aura. It blocks for 3. Frostbites you control have at the beginning of your end phase. This deals 1 arcane damage to you.
Oh, this was the card I was referencing, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah,
I found it.
This one definitely needs this little M down here.
Yes.
Because this is ice, so you can use it to fuse. It's a blue, blocks for 3. Its text is ultra goddamn relevant, and this is our first affliction aura. This is our first curse that we ever saw in the game of Flesh and Blood. What do you think? What do you think about bringing this kind of mechanic around?
I want to see if we have ways to remove it.
Yep.
If I can.
Wait, there's more. Okay.
Remove it from me, but yeah, right. We do end up getting that eventually. We got that today. That's why it wasn't on my brain.
Yeah.
Duh. We'll talk about that one in a minute, but I wonder how widespread the remove curses are, or remove afflictions are. Yeah, like I hope it's like a generic. There's like a generic one.
Yeah,
that you can just like play in your sideboard. But I like this card a lot. I think the idea of like casting permanence on your opponent is cool. The increase of permanence in this game is an interesting deviation from what we understand it to be. And so that will remain to be seen whether that's good or maybe it's just neutral and it's fine, or maybe it's the design space they choose not to go towards in the future.
Maybe,
but we'll see. I like that they're trying it.
Like this is a hard control card. Like just straight up.
And it puts your opponents in such a bad position where there's so many turns where they're just like, yeah, my hand's great. I'm just gonna like pass, eat these frostbites, and like just do this again next turn. And this prevents that entirely. You know, to a large degree. It prevents people just passing like with the frostbites on their side. So I like that.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is Hypothermia. It's blue. It costs 0. It is an ice action affliction aura. It only blocks for 2. And then it's attacks you control can't gain go again. And then at the beginning of your end phase, destroy Hypothermia.
Notably, the attacks you control can't gain go again does not affect attacks that naturally have go again. That's written on the card in helper text. That is important. This still
go again.
Right. This still hurts decks like Chain. This hurts Prism.
Chain.
This hurts Prism and Chain are the first two that come to mind for me.
You know what a Harmonized Kid actually doesn't do if this is in play?
Oh, because it gains go again. It doesn't have go again natively.
It does.
Yeah. It's not printed on the card, right? It's part of the.
Sure isn't.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well. I like
dash, it. This beats. If they're trying to shoot you a bunch of times with the pistol, this makes it so.
It hurts control dash. Yep. I guess it hurts aggro dash too, doesn't? Oh, because boost.
Yeah, it gets boost.
It gets boost. I didn't think about boost.
It's So okay, first off, Jordan Abbey grades on Frostex.
Oh, sure. A.
I got an A.
Yep. Control A. Ab.
A. Yeah, 1000%.
This motherfucker's an A plus.
Uh-huh.
I think that this card would be scary as all shit if it blocked for 3.
What, hypo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card blocking for 3 would make this card actually egregious. As is, this is not a niche role player of a card. This is a time block.
Yeah.
This is okay. You had this big turn plan. Good for you. If you're chained, take a bunch of blood debt.
Yeah. Flip 5 cards, take 5, idiot. Minus 5. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or even better if they had to husk block the turn before. It'd be okay, good. Yeah, this card I think is fabulous. This card does an insane amount of heavy lifting. Because of its color strip, I think this is main deckable. Most decks have some form or fashion of go again. The only real one that doesn't is like an Oldhim. Yeah, I just think this card is great. It costs 0.
Yeah, it's free. It's free.
It's free. It's
what in the world?
It's play it. Your opponent gets a frostbite. Their shit doesn't do anything. Play it in response to a soul shackle, just to watch your opponent cry if you want to. This, I mean, I have no other way to say it, but this card fucks. The card is the text fucks, the color strip fucks, the cost fucks, the art fucks. The only thing that is bad about it at all is that it only blocks for 2. But still, that is just hemming and hawing. This is A+. Like this is a majestic. This makes me excited. This is the type of shit that I like to see. This is hard control.
This card will require a bit of education from like the Fab player base. Right now, Fab is very much in a place where I'm going to tell you the thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do the next thing I'm going to do. And there's very little responding.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fab we learned a little bit as a community with like Crown of Seeds and like passing priority on my turn to go to, do you want to activate your Crown of Seeds on my turn? We learned that a little bit. The player base got a little bit smarter about that. We're going to have to learn, like, cast my Sonata for 10. Hold on. Take your hand off top of your deck, bud.
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
This is,
you're not going to be revealing those.
This is not your day.
Yeah, you don't need that. Put that back. You don't need that. So that's a thing that's going to have to happen. But I'm excited about that because I think more technical play is better for everybody. So
I'm just renaming this episode "Make Command and Conquer Great Again." Hold on.
That's actually a great idea.
So
yeah,
I think that they're really nailing it. Like on a lot of what they're doing on these, it's flavorful. It's because the art's fantastic. Like they're just crushing the art. And some of these cards just feel really impactful. They feel like they level out some of the playing field so that decks don't just kind of bubble up. This doesn't make Iyslander undefeatable or anything like that. It just makes it so that, okay, you just have a lot more work to do. None of these cards outside of Ice Eternal really on their own are just finishers.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is a lot of shit. And yeah, can we go to my favorite art in the set yet? Are we ready to do that?
Is that the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so it's card's called Cold Snap. It's a blue.
Ooh.
Costs 1, blocks for 2. It's an ice action. Target hero may pay 1. If they don't, freeze a card in their arsenal or an ally they control until the start of your next turn. A frozen object can't be played or activated. If Cold Snap is played from arsenal, draw a card, go again.
There we go. So the card itself is fine. I think that people are going to sleep on the playing from Arsenal draw card portion of the show sometime at points in time. And freezing a card in Arsenal, like it has a little bit of an effect, but it's not the best effect in the world. But if it is something important, it's going to get a card out of their hand or a counter off a tunic, which is good. And I mean, as a common, I think this is great and it's playable. Jordan, look at this art.
Yeah, this art's probably the best.
Holy shit.
This is up there with Ice Eternal and Channel the Bleak Expanse for me.
I really hope they only foil the red.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be
would
really
just
cool.
I would have heart palpitations looking at this card if it was only foiled in the red.
That's really neat.
It's just really cool art. But the who am I giving props to on this art? Matuz Wisniewski, Gold Star buddy. Like that's some good shit right there. Only blocks for 2, does have a cool effect. This is very good against Rangers specifically. It kind of hurts their turn quite a bit to give them a frostbite and make them pay for this if they want to fire their arrow.
Oh yeah, true.
So I think that's pretty good, but otherwise, it's a role player. I think that's good. I don't mind.
Just replacing itself from Arsenal feels so good.
Oh, it feels great. And then because like your use case scenario for this being bad is that you paid 1 to give your opponent a frostbite and draw a card.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Sounds
yeah,
fine.
and that's better than Winter's Bite.
True. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, and as like Strava players, I've cast Winter's Bite raw a
I've
lot.
had to. Yeah, I've had to.
Sometimes it doesn't feel bad.
No.
Yeah, cards B, role player B.
Yeah, it's a role player B.
Art is an S.
Art is S tier. Yeah, absolute S tier.
And then the last card is Thaw. Red, costs 2. It attacks for 6. It blocks for 2. It is a Draconic attack action.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, while Thaw is in your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may banish it and choose 1. Destroy target Frostbite, destroy target Ice Affliction, or unfreeze target frozen card.
I like the counterplay to everything here.
Yes.
Yep.
The only thing I think this card could block for 3 and be fine. But or I mean, costing 1's egregious, but I think that this one, okay, Draconic, you've got my attention.
Yes.
I do. I'm a dragon stan. I've always been a dragon stan. I'll stand dragons till I die.
Is there any chance that it's a class? Everybody's talking about it as if it's like a talent.
It's possible.
Like,
it's certainly possible.
Yeah,
but
I would like that.
Would the class be a Draken or?
So how do they?
A Draco?
Dragonkin was the first.
Dragonkin?
was that a Harry Potter? I think it was a Harry Potter reference.
It was.
It was a Draco Malfoy reference.
Oh boy!
Yikes!
You're the one that said Draco.
I did.
So like Dragonkin, but that wouldn't match the formatting here.
Formatting,
yeah. So it's probably a talent.
Yeah, like, I would say like Draconic Warrior, Draconic, probably a Draconic Runeblade because that's just what they do.
So what it's going to be? Yeah, like what does the sidebar look like? I guess on the card
that's
art.
A good question. This looks very warrior-y to me.
So,
I mean, God, look at this. Look at these sidebars. Look at the dragon going up the sides to go eat like the pitch value.
The pitch value
cost.
I didn't notice that. That's cool. That's super cool.
Oh, Huang Lop also just fucking crushes this art too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I did not take a close look at this frame until now. Holy shit!
This is pretty neat.
I want this cold foiled.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll only be a couple of dollars, sure.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Like Brute, maybe.
I could see Brute, Draconic Brute. Brute doesn't get nice things though. Like really.
Like imagine discarding this and then getting to use it again.
God damn.
Like,
oh god, cool. Discard 6, intimidate. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Discard 6, intimidate you. Pass, like do your thing on my turn. Get some value out of my thaw. Yeah, I like it. It breaks out of the ice. Brutes would break out of the ice. That would make sense to me.
I hope you're right.
Because I mean, literally look at the art on Icebind. It's a big fucking brute, scary guy.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of brute stands in our Discord.
That we do.
Which is approaching 100 users.
Wild,
just utterly wild. And yeah, I think that they deserve some brute love. Wow, that came out wrong. I think they deserve shit. There's no really good way to put this.
There's not.
I think they deserve. Yes, I think our brute apologists deserve some love.
What type
Can
of
you
love?
imagine giving some brute love?
Yeah. It's 2022, baby. We do a lot of things.
Also,
boy.
thaw is an anagram for what? So great.
What?
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 All right.
We're 90s kids just like yelling what now after everything we say.
Oh shit.
Abby almost spilled water everywhere. That's good.
I did not almost spill it. The fat cat might have almost spilled it. I did not
Blame the cat.
1,000%. Okay, so we're not gonna do a Reddit thread of the week this week because we are forever into the show already.
Yeah, we're like an hour plus deep.
Yeah,
already,
and we have like half of the show.
Yeah, we still have the show to go. So.
Okay, so we have 3 listener questions this week. We're gonna work our way through those right now. So number 1, Keith from the Realm. Now that we have white border cards, is there going to be an issue with marked cards because you can keep track of your pitch deck better with a white foil, a black non-foil, and a foil? My answer, yes. Obviously. Look at what we just had without them.
But I don't call that an issue.
Yeah, I think that's just fine.
I call that...
You don't think that's an issue?
Well, it does take...
We had a guy get DQ'd because he was turning his card so he could keep better track of his...
Correct, but
that's different.
That's a specific instance of a specific card. This is okay, I have to remember which one of these went down there and hold that in my brain while everything else is going around until it comes back up.
And that's different than the other card that I'm going to want to track. And
Correct.
That's different than the third card I might want to track.
Correct.
You know, like if your deck is 20 of each, like let's say you play 60 cards and all of them are 3 of each, right? And you play a white, a black, and a black foil, like that's a lot of tracking you're going to have to do. You know, it's fine. You could already kind of do this like
with foils and nons,
or
with promos, with specifically like alpha where you have your reds or pink strips. So you could just do that.
In Magic, if you borrowed a card, sometimes you would put it in the sleeve upside down for your tournament, so you knew that was the one you borrowed. That's a little bit different in a game like Fab, where you like
did that.
Really, that was a pretty common thing from like in like our area anyway. It was like if I had 2 copies that were mine and the third one was theirs, I want to make sure I give them theirs back. And I would sleeve it upside. I would put it in the perfect fit correctly upside down and like sleeve it in my deck upside down. Like
I usually just wrote on the perfect fit.
That's her too. It never was an issue. Like I had one judge look at my hand one time and be like, "Hey, let's talk." And I was like, "Okay." And I explained it to him. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like in your deck, literally upside down, like the sleeve is backwards." He's like, "I don't care."
Okay.
So, which was interesting. Like, which after that, I mean, I never thought it was an issue, but then like now that I'm sitting here telling the story, I'm like, maybe that's an issue. I don't know. I don't know if I ultimately think so. Like, I'm not finding that card easier because of it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. It's fine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, me and Ye are gonna have a.
I don't think you're Ye here.
I don't think so either.
I don't think you're easy. So
that's
funny. This has already kind of existed if people want to do it anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's making it easier in order for more people to have access to doing it. But it does require some mental gymnastics, albeit some people just will remember it regardless.
Yeah.
So I mean, I personally don't see it as a problem. I see it as I see it as something that's going to be a continual thing, and you just kind of have to keep dealing with it.
We talked about the definition between try hard and like trying to do well. This would be try hard.
This would be
try hardy. It's not really giving you that big of an edge. It's not like.
The second end of this is also true, where if there ever is targeted discard in this game, where you look at a person's hand and pick a card out of it, I guess there already is with bingo. You could also keep track easily of, okay, so the new one in their hand is different than the one I saw earlier, so I know that hasn't come back around. Like it also goes
right. Oh, like I knew they had a whiteboarded one, they played a blackboarded one, so yikes.
So I know there's another one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And just as a quick thing, I know we can't spend forever on every question because we'll be here till tomorrow, but the reason this is different than the kid that got DQ'd for turning the cards backwards is he wasn't using like official cards to like track his deck. He was literally like manipulating the feel of his deck with sleeves, and that's like
he also had art sleeves.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, right. Like there is a bunch of non-retail legal cards things that he was doing to mark his cards, and that's I wish they would actually ban art sleeves. I know that the Fab just had this big dragon shield thing, but art sleeves are so easy to mark.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like they look pretty, they're cool. I get nervous whenever I see somebody playing with them because there's so many subtle ways they could like have marked them that I wouldn't know. You know. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's just my own paranoia hell.
totally. Yeah.
All right. Question number 2 is from Fighting Walloon. As the game has sped up and the base power level of decks has gotten higher, it seems like game plans are becoming more linear and less interactive. Is this a potential problem or just a natural evolution?
You want to take the first pass of this, Jordan? You want me to? Because I can do this real fast.
I think this is a natural evolution. I do think part of this is Strava related, and that Strava has had a lot of downstream effects on like the meta in terms of like interactivity and what we're trying to do as players against each other. And that maybe fixing that problem fixes the other. But I do think just like as we get better at games as a community, and as we get better at this game in particular as a community, we realize that hey, it's sometimes better for me to just do my thing and not worry about you than it is the other way around.
9 cards have been spoiled out of the new set. 7 interactive. Go on.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. They are printing interactive cards. Like maybe this is a thing they saw in their first development and are solving it.
I think you're 100% right that the game has sped up and base power level is literally Starvo.
Right.
And they understood that in order to be able to explore that design space, there had to be some level of interactivity. And a lot of these people that are playing, that are making Flesh and Blood also played other games. And the hardest thing to do in other games, well, number one hardest thing to do in other games is play fucking combo decks. The second hardest thing is playing control decks. Hard is a misnomer.
Relative term, yeah.
Yeah, it's a relative term. The things that require the most planning and using that kind of brain space are your control decks and combo decks. In this case, they're printing interaction to make it so that these decks are the other side of the coin. Your more linear decks don't have this brainless line of play. They have to understand that, okay, I'm popping my skeleton this turn. I don't know what that card in the arsenal is. Am I just fucked? You could be. Just saying. You do definitely get your next non-attack for less, or your next attack for less. So great, but it's going to create that sort of that back and forth, just like when you in Magic when you cast a spell and open mana or whatever. So yeah, I think that the question's a very good question, especially in context of the current metagame versions of decks. It's just that it didn't age well in like the 3 days since you asked the question or whatever.
Yeah. Like, and that's good, right? Because it means that someone else recognized the problem that you recognized, right? I do wonder if so I'm going to use a baseball analogy, and I'm sorry to all my non-sports ball people out there.
Bring it.
Baseball is becoming more and more solved by virtue of how we understand the game and the role that like statistics play into it, right? And some of the corners have been turned, and there's no going back on some things in the game, right? We will never have like what's the Clint Eastwood's character in that movie where he's like a baseball scout, right?
Oh,
like
Christ, I don't remember.
Well, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's one where he's like this almost blind baseball scout, but he can tell by the sound of your bat if you're a good ball player or not. Yeah, like that shit's dead, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing in gaming in general, and like competitive gaming spaces, whether it's tabletop or digital. Like we have, as a community, learned how to min-max things very efficiently. Yeah. So it is very possible that as a game and as a community, we've understood that, hey, it's better if I just do my plan A and hope that it beats your plan A. And now maybe my plan A is interacting with your plan A, but maybe that's just also bad. And like we're kind of exploring that space as like games across games right now. And like in baseball, right? Me scoring 10 runs is better than me scoring 3 and trying to stop you from scoring 3. Right. I should just score 10.
You should score 10. Like
right.
There are truths that'll always be true. Like don't groove a 3-1 fastball, right? I mean,
right, sure.
You're gonna get Byron Buxton. Did you see the fucking bomb he hit today?
Yeah.
469, huh? Nice bat.
Yeah, right. So I mean, like,
let me know when that ball lands. It's gonna be a minute.
Right. We develop these truisms as communities because we've kind of just like the market has removed the inefficiency.
Right.
Like by virtue of games like Flesh and Blood having been around since the 90s, I think we could start to see permanent shifts towards I am always going to be doing my plan A and you are always going to be doing your plan A and we're just going to run past each other. That could be what we end up doing. I hope not. I hope that cards like we've seen printed fix that.
Are you playing Flesh and Blood with Anubis? Never mind.
But that's it.
His name is Gus, and the movie is Trouble with the Curve.
His name is Gus.
Trouble with the Curve. That's
anybody
right.
that needed to know that.
Who's his daughter in that movie? His daughter's a very
I don't
popular
know.
actress.
I literally just closed it.
It's like Amy Adams or something.
I think it's Amy Adams,
Yeah, that's who plays it.
Yeah, I don't care about his like
I
the
care about the
character's
dog's
name.
name, yeah.
Amy Adams is
It's
the
Amy Adams.
Clint Eastwood and Amy Adams. Yeah, with Justin Timberlake.
Oh snap!
JT's in that movie too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the new age scout that.
Yeah, the Moneyball scout.
Abby has to run away for something, so I'm going to take us into our next question.
Let's do this. Let's
yeah,
get that one. Let's get that.
So via Teague like League on the Discord.
Shout out to Teague.
Yeah, shout out to Teague. Teague's a good guy. J Dubs has said before. J Dubs being James White, by the way.
J Dubs is just his name now.
Yeah, J Dubs. The elemental
in Jersey. I'm going to walk up and say, "What's up, J Dubs?"
Hey, J Dubs. Yeah. So
blindsided, but that's fine.
J Dubs has said before that the elemental talents were restricted to Arya. Does that hint that Uprising could be less of a location-based set and more of an event-based set? Could there be more light shadow cards coming as well? What do you think we'll get in this upcoming set? Was kind of the gist of this question.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, if you would have asked me a week ago before these spoilers, which he may have actually, I don't know. I don't know if I would have said Iyslander as an adult. I don't know if I would have said Draconic. Light Shadow makes sense given the theme of Uprising. Kind of has like a underworld / heavenly beings thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna get. I hope we get a new class. That would be cool.
I do 100% think this is an event-based set though. Like just looking at the imagery that's out there.
Oh, like a world-altering event, like a cataclysmic type event to Wraith. Yeah, sure.
The couple of things that you see with the imagery, and you're digging in these, I guess, a little bit. If you look at the Uprising banner photo that is grayed out and you can't click on it, that's 100% Ira's area. Like that's all Ira shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And if you look at the In Flames background image, that's like Volcor army stuff. I think that's got to be your Draconic whatever it is.
Those look warrior-y for sure.
Yeah, they do look warrior-y. So this Uprising that we're talking on here is exactly that. I know that in some of the lore that's out there, like Kasai is from Volcor, was the daughter of a general in the Volcor army, which would make him Draconic, potentially.
Okay.
And then when he died, she became a mercenary. So our Draconic warrior could easily just be, adult Kasai.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to get an adult Kasai and an adult Ira in this set. But to answer the question that was asked, I do feel like that this is very much so event based. I could easily see Shadow Ira, Draconic Kasai. So I think there's or just Ira as an adult with the same ability and Kasai as an adult with the same ability. I think Kasai would be Draconic. I think whatever's going to happen is Kasai's Draconic. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I feel as though this set is the coolest lore that they've done.
Yes, I would agree so far too.
They're putting some insane effort into this.
Yeah, I think Everfest was fun. The idea of like this crazy fair is fun.
Yeah.
But the idea of like this, there's some world altering events happening in Wraith, and that's going to have dramatic like card changes.
I also miss this fucking hype. Like this hype has been so good. And you talk about other card space, or we talk about other card spaces on here just a ton. because we grew up in them, right?
Right.
This feels like the old school. We don't know what's coming. We're invested in the story. We're invested in the characters. The world building's good. This is hype.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is how you do hype. Fucking no notes, LSS. Way to do. Like, we may not like how you handle Starvo, but we like how you handle your other shit.
All you have to do is like ban Starvo tomorrow and ban this Yay guy for life, and like you're killing.
Oh no,
it.
yeah, like we are like the Flesh and Pod stan.
Yeah, right.
Full
like
in effect.
that's all you have to do, man. And I'll
get
never
a New
threaten
Jersey
to quit again.
with Stan on the back.
Exactly. I'll never threaten to quit again.
All right. Jordan, do you have anything else before I move on?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Question number 4 is from Alan. LSS is limiting stores to 4 boxes of history per local game store in their first and supposedly subsequent orders. Their stated rationale is to prevent the price from plummeting, and that they will reprint it as need be with a tentative 2-year commitment. However, in the area of supply chain restrictions, do you feel this is a move LSS is making that will ensure a set designed to help newer players get power cards, at least in partial, will actually fulfill its goals?
Yeah. Of all the things positive we just said about LSS, this was the one thing that they said, we're going to try to prevent the price drop on these cards by limiting this set that is designed to make the price drop.
But this isn't on LSS. You know who this is on.
Yes, this is on CFB.
Correct.
This is them being worried about them giving things to suppliers and them holding it. And
game almost died because of one greedy ass company. And I'm going to continue to play nice. I'm not going to go into full rant mode. I'm not going to burn down the house around them. However, I will state that it makes enough sense to me to limit this specifically in the first order, and to open the gates up little by little as time goes on. At no point in time, I do believe they should open the floodgates. I do also believe that local game stores need to make sure that this product is first and foremost as best as they can, because you can't police shit. You know how this works.
Right.
Is going to new players, is going to the people to trying to build the community. I would honestly, if I were running a game store, I would be using these as giveaways for learn to play events and shit like that. Like, I would not be
that's a good idea.
Be selling these to established players or anything else.
Is it crazy for like
I can?
Is it crazy for an LGS to like crack these and build like new player kits?
Is it crazy for them to? Absolutely, because they're just losing whatever amount of money that is. If most likely, like,
well, you would sell them as like, I guess you would sell them as like here is like a collection and a can.
Oh, collection and a can. Okay, I get.
Yeah. Sorry, right. You would hook them via some other method, whether it be the dual decks or whether it be
I think that's
like
great.
the blitz decks or like a learn to play event, and then go, hey, for $50, here's like play sets of commons from Welcome to Wraith, whatever.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea, and I know that like with our locals, very specifically here, the tradition for most of us, there are still stragglers, is the established players. Whenever we get our prize packs, we rip them open right then and there. We look through them for anything we don't have, and then we do what we call bulking somebody up, where we just give the newest player everything that we didn't need. So like some of these new players they come to their first event, they don't do great, they get odd pack, and then all of a sudden they just get a box of product dumped on them for nothing, for $0. And we feel in our community like that is one of the better ways that we as established players have to encourage growth. I feel like that your idea of building these decks and then selling a collection in a can type of thing is right in that line with that. Honestly, don't gouge, don't overcharge. Pop these, make your collection in a can, buy your white bordered staples, 3X's for X number of dollars, and which X is equal to the amount of money that you would have made selling the box at retail, divided by the number of decks you got out of it, or number of collections in a can you got out of it, and call it good. Why not?
Yeah. No,
But-
I mean, yeah, I do worry, and again, I think to answer directly Alan's question, this is scary. It's not LSS's fault, but as the company that continues to trust the people they do, they've got to bear the burden of this, I guess.
I also don't feel like LSS has been too hampered by the supply chain restrictions. I think they've done a very good job of navigating that.
Somehow, yeah.
Like, for some fucking, there are parts of me that wonder at J-Dub's age with his devilish good looks and that amazing accent. Kind of dick riding J-Dubs right now, but
Can I do my New Zealand J-Dubs accent?
no, you can't. You
No.
cannot.
Oh man, that's disappointing,
No.
mate.
What is wrong with you?
Oh.
I think that J-Dubs may have made a satanic pact, and I'm here for it. I'm happy about it. Because that would be the only way I can explain how he has beat the supply chain restrictions.
Hello,
printing
devil.
Cards. Fuck off. Will you stop?
I love it. It's good.
Abby, I need you to handle this.
Listen.
Listen.
Listen,
Dude.
I have put up just as much of a fight as you have, and it's still.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
you
didn't
know
say I
what?
do. Like, come on.
Hold on. I'm willing to bargain for your opportunity to use your accent.
okay,
I like bargains.
okay. What do I have to do to permanently do an
I
episode?
want my possum or raccoon.
Oh, no, I'll give up the accent, that's fine.
Ooh.
There
I'll
you
go with the
Logan.
accent. That's cool.
Thank you.
You're
Abby,
welcome.
that was the best thing you've ever done for me.
Nice. There you go. You are welcome.
That was amazing.
It was amazing. You know what else is amazing?
I'm not ready to end the show yet.
We
We're
got
not
it.
ending the show. We have like 8 more things to talk about.
I'm having too much fun. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Abs.
Let me out.
Okay, you know what else is amazing? Giving away a mask of momentum. So that's what we're doing. It's on Twitter and Discord. On Twitter, you have to like, retweet, and follow. On the Discord, you just react to the cat emoji on the pin post in our announcement section.
How many entries do we have right now?
Oh,
Like
A lot. It's been a lot.
Is a
there are
lot.
72 Discord entries and more than that on Twitter. You get double dip, by the way. So like if you've only done one of them, and if you've only retweeted on Twitter, join the Discord and react to the post. That's 2 entries.
Well, hold on. If you've only retweeted on Twitter, you're also missing 2 of the 3 steps up.
Yeah, please
Like,
retweet, follow, and
Please retweet, and follow. It is a 3-part thing.
Also,
It makes me
shouts out to Melody at NZ Fashion for trying to scare people away from our giveaway. And
I love that tactic.
Oh shit! Just literally causing it to explode before the show ever released.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Way to screw your own entry, and we are here for it. We appreciate you and everything you do.
I'm scrolling through the people that have retweeted the tweet. Thank you. If you do not follow, please go back and follow because you're not eligible to win. So like I'm looking at a couple. There's actually most people have followed it, but there's like 4 or 5 that have not followed as well as retweeted. So like please do all of the things. The thing that I used to draw like checks all 3. But we have 80. Did I read that right? I looked at it and looked at the number, and we currently have 83 retweets and 72 Discord reacts. So 155 entries. And if you've only done one, remember, get that second one. Get the second one, and we're gonna give it away next week. Do both.
Yeah. It's and then not announcing what. But in our Discord, as soon as we crest 100 Discord users in our Discord, not counting Jordan, Abby, myself,
Ridiculous.
We're almost there. Like that's the we're almost there. But once we get there, not counting us, we're going to take our beloved Discord folks, and we are going to give something else away. We're not going to announce what it is. You will find out when we get to 100 users on the show after that happens.
So you should just be in the Discord so you can find out.
Be in the Discord. You'll find out.
Ooh, sorry, it's past my bedtime.
Absolutely should do that.
So yeah, we're giving that away next week on the show on May 3rd. So this is your last week to enter. Are we gonna live draw that winner? Or?
No.
All right, Jordan said no.
Jordan
Sorry,
said no.
guys.
It's easier to not do it like it's bad radio to
Whatever.
draw it. And
It
then,
is bad radio.
Whatever. No, it's not.
Oh.
I ask you guys to do a drum roll all the time, and you don't do it.
I have yet to buy a drum kit, so
That's not my fault.
You're right. It's not. I don't have room right now, but as soon as I feel like I have a good space, I'll buy a drum kit.
Okay, I expect some follow through on that, so I will.
I did
follow
play
up with
drums
you
when I
on
was
that.
younger.
I would like to follow through to the next point in the show notes outline.
I don't think so. I don't want to.
Logan said no.
I did. We're gonna keep talking about this. I haven't talked about bread once on this fucking podcast. So
Oh god, we had a bread-esque thing today.
Oh, do it.
We had cheesecake.
That is bread adjacent. You are. I cannot fault that.
Cake is in
No.
fact bread. We have settled this before on the show.
But cheesecake
Correct.
is not cake.
Was there a crust on the cheesecake?
Yes.
Yes,
bread.
it was. No, it's a
That
cookie
is
crust.
Nope. That is the
Cookies aren't bread.
also
Cookies are bread. We've done this
Cookies
on the
are
show.
not
Cookies.
bread.
Cookies. So
No.
what you had was
Listen.
very thin slice of bread with a lot of fucking butter on it. That is what cheesecake is.
Absolutely not.
Like absolutely. Are you,
Nope. I
Come
can't
on,
get behind
man.
that one.
like that's.
I can't support that.
This is just math.
All right, since
Like,
this show
I
will
don't get
never end, I would like to shout. I'll do it during my shout out. I'll do it during my shout out because I have some nonsense I want to shout out.
I love nonsense. It's great.
We're also giving away to the Realms event in June. We will be launching the official giveaway after we give away the Mask of Momentum. But we just want to keep everybody in the loop on it. It is June 25th and 26th. The 25th is a 10K Classic Constructed tournament, and the 26th is a 5K Team Blitz tournament.
Unified
So-
team.
Beautified Blitz.
Yes. We will put the link in the show notes so that you can check it out.
Oh, I do have a. I have a beef. I have a beef
You
with
have
Abby.
beef?
I have a beef with Abby
Why do you have a beef with me?
because you never told me that the prison that Shawshank Redemption was filmed at is in like your hometown.
It is. Yes. I've been
Uh,
there a bunch of times. My various people from my life growing up were extras in the movie.
That's insane.
It is also
That's-
my favorite movie of all time.
That's incredible, and
Mhm.
and I know that the Realm is looking at having at least one of their tournaments in the prison.
Yeah.
So we need
Yep.
to mobilize the entire crew because the Shawshank tournament is. I would never miss that.
If you
Oh.
want, like, you're going to be here for the 25th and 26th, right?
Yeah,
For this
yeah, I'll be
tournament.
there.
If you want, like, and we're still up in the air when they're going to be there Sunday, maybe just like skip that tournament when we go tour the prison.
I'm not skipping the tournament.
That's fair. All right. That's a good point. Actually, the tournament's going to be insane.
That's
After
yeah,
the tournament, we should do that. So
the next time, that you
we're
come
just like,
to-
hey, don't go to this tournament we're advertising for.
Yeah.
You should absolutely
Right.
go.
He's
yeah,
just
we
like-
absolutely want you to play this tournament.
Yeah,
We won't
like,
be
what
there.
the
It's
fuck are you
open
doing?
all day,
And-
so before and after you can go to the prison.
But
It's
no,
insane.
like, but the
It's
Realm
not
is gonna. I know at
open
some point the
all
Realm's
day.
just gonna hold an event there. So just show up for that Realm event at Shawshank, and you can be at GP Shawshank. Like, what's fucking
Or-
cooler than GP Shawshank?
Dude, I didn't
you
know you
could
didn't know
just-
this. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yes, you could also just go to Mansfield to go to the prison.
There's
that
no
is
shitting
also-
on Mansfield anymore, by the way.
That is also acceptable.
Oh, friend.
Here's the thing:
Friend.
if you go to Mansfield
Oh,
and you go to
boy.
the prison and you pay to get in, that's going to go to the taxpayers, which is going to make or go into taxes, which is going to make Mansfield better because they're generating an income, and that town needs it. So,
Woof.
but
Don't do the guided tour, by the way.
no,
do-
do
I
it
don't
on
like
your
guides.
own.
Do
Unless
the
they talk-
self-tour.
So have you ever seen the movie So I Married an Axe Murderer?
No.
Okay, it's a Mike Myers movie.
Okay.
There's a part where they're going on a prison tour of Alcatraz, and the tour guide is Phil Hartman.
Mhm.
And he describes how prisoners would fashion a shiv and what a bitch was in prison. And it's
Mhm.
one of the funniest things you'll ever listen to just because Phil Hartman does it completely deadpan.
Mhm.
And there's a sidebar conversation happening with Mike Myers' character and his friend. And the funniest thing to listen to is just Phil Hartman. R.I.P. Phil Hartman. But
Yeah. I'm a big fan
it
of
is, if you've never seen So I Married an Axe Murderer, watch So I Married an Axe Murderer. It is it's up there with Drop Dead Gorgeous for like the funniest movie that people haven't watched.
You like Bull Durham, so your taste is questionable to me.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm just kidding.
Like I have no other way to put that. Like I typically try to find the silver lining and make a compliment sandwich. No, you're just a fucking idiot sandwich for not liking Bull
All of the
Durham.
baseball things in that movie are S tier. Everything else is F tier.
That's fine. Just focus on the good.
But you have to watch so much F tier to get
No,
to the S tier.
you don't. You can skip it. It doesn't absolutely.
You have to deal with Andy Dufresne throwing fastballs to Susan Sarandon's friend in the backyard.
Okay, that's actually kind of a funny scene, though.
Yeah, that scene's actually not terrible. Don't patronize me, so then he throws one and knocks her over. Like,
right.
Oh, that was good.
All right. As always.
Speaking of the Shawshank, Andy Dufresne.
There you go. We did it again. Nice plug. Nice plug.
Got him.
Can I go now?
Maybe.
Good. Sure.
You can try.
I'm
not going to stop you.
Listen,
go ahead.
I'm going to start this one more time, and if you interrupt me, I'm going to go to bed. So
that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. As always, you can find us on Twitter at FlushPod. You can join our Discord. The link will be in the show notes. You can give us a 5-star review on Apple. You can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. If you would like, you can reach out to us via email at flushandpod@gmail.com. My personal Twitter is at AbbyD83. I haven't tweeted anything for like 2 weeks, so sorry about that. I did go to the zoo this weekend, though, and they had a possum, and he was a sleepy boy, and it was adorable. I also got to pet a stingray.
Abby was not good at petting the stingray, by the way.
I am not.
How is
I'm
a human
short.
good at petting a stingray?
Well, so my problem is
bad at it.
I am too short, and my arms are like as a small as a small height-wise person.
You're like a T-Rex?
Yeah, and so you have to like reach over this lip that's like probably 3 feet high, and then like and they like skim on the bottom, and I was.
It's a children's petting zoo, so it's designed for short people.
It's
so
not.
When
Children were also not doing it well. I would like to make that very clear.
When Abby says like, you know, it's not designed for short people, there was literally like she was maybe 5 next to us having a blast.
No, the children were not doing any better than I was. It was very hard.
However you sleep at night, Chief.
Jordan petted the same amount of stingrays I did, so let's just be clear on that.
In like half the attempts, though, to be fair. It did. Yeah.
I think I did express earlier when we started talking that I did not want to be part of the marital strife episode.
I'm just trying to be clear about what happened. The petting the stingrays was cool. I really liked it. Abby was not good at it, and then she got into the slander about how it wasn't designed for short people.
It was not designed.
Literally
for
a line for children. It is a zoo. It is geared towards children at the top of the order.
Zoos are geared towards people. It is not
peeper?
geared towards children.
Excuse me.
Okay, I just want to make that very clear. There's nothing on sign that says that this is for kids.
Maybe if your hands were just slightly bigger. I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm just the worst. God, it's not my fault that you're a carny, but it's also not your fault that you're a carny. So.
Exactly. It's not my fault, and I don't appreciate you talking about it.
Dude, it was really cool when you worked at Everfest for that summer. Do you remember that?
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
She's some funnel cake.
That was a good roast. Abby's actually leaving. You can find me on Twitter at I'm Jerman. I'm tweeting baseball, politics, whatever. I just found this good thing. We've been falling asleep to. Abby requires like some kind of sound and light to fall asleep, and I don't do well with sound and light. So to compromise, we've actually found this podcast that the
baseball game, right?
The baseball game, yeah. It's a very quiet, relaxed baseball game, and he does commercials and like does like fake commercials and like
totally
fake.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I like falling asleep listening to the radio, right? But then sometimes you'll get a Dodge Ford truck commercial, blah, and it screams at you, right? This doesn't do that. Everything is right. Everything is very relaxed and calm, and home runs are lazy fly balls to left center field, right? It's very relaxing. Even if you don't like sports, it'll put you out. Well, they just released episode 3, actually.
Ooh!
Yeah. So I literally just got the email. Yeah, so you can be a Tobin Tigers fan, and it's really good. Even if you don't like baseball, it's called what's it called? It's called.
What is it called?
Oh, you know, I'm really mad at myself because
Isn't it like the Northwood? No.
It's like Northwood Baseball or something.
It's the name of the
fake team.
Of the fake team.
Which I think Northwood is. It's under your podcast section. Northwood Baseball.
Northwood Sleep Radio.
Yep, fake baseball for sleeping. And
it's
the games are like he does.
Kind of
it sounds like a real game, yeah. Like and it's engaging to the point where you listen to it, but through it, and then you're out. And
you're done.
We talk in the morning like, hey, how far did you get in the game last night? She's like,
second inning done.
Second inning, yeah, right. So we'll start it in the middle so that we hear more of the game, which is not the point. So we do it wrong, but No, so if you're ever looking for
you
something,
listen to it twice and I've only made it to the second inning, then I want to start at the second inning. I want to know how the game ends.
well, there's a guy on Fangraphs.com that actually scores them. He
yes, there is. Yep.
He listens to them and then scores them in a book.
Did you are you not to get too deep into baseball, but do you subscribe to the on Twitter? Do you follow the scorecards?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is beautiful.
It's a good account. Chef's kiss.
Yep.
Put him on blast. But that's what I'm doing.
That's compliments. That's shouts. That's props. That ain't slops.
I meant him putting the.
Oh yeah, he puts the umps. Yeah, no, like
yeah.
He released an Angel Hernandez scorecard where he like had 97% strike correct, and I'm like,
oh,
that's like career high for Angel. Fuck.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's credit where credit's due.
We're off the rails.
Yeah, we're off the rails.
The trade has been. We're derailed.
Logan, you plug yourself and we can get out of here.
Wow, harsh. I never. I can't believe I almost said that. That would have totally wound up.
Put that away. Put that away.
Put that one away.
You don't need that.
You can find me at Logan Peterson on Twitter, PETRSEN, for those who do not know how to spell. I'll tweet about sports, flesh and blood, beers, antagonizing people into buying things they shouldn't. I've recently become sort of obsessed with collecting original comic book art, and so there'll be some tweeting about that as well.
Awesome.
Pages of art that are originals that went into comic books. I got some Flash pieces, Nightwing, Spider-Man. Waiting for some X-Men to go up at reasonable prices, and I'll start getting in on that. But yeah, it's just kind of a cool investment hobby thing that is not terribly expensive. So I thought it would be way worse, and instead it's not that bad.
That's great.
And then tweeting a bunch of comic book like variant covers and stuff that I pick up too. So yeah, if you're into any of that stuff, give me a follow. I'm sort of depressed right now because the Flesh and Pod Twitter account has surpassed me in Twitter followers. But that is part and parcel. I guess so. Because it's also the account that I mostly man. So
it's funny.
That's all I got.
I have to regularly check. So I figured out how to add the other one to the Twitter app, so I can see both now.
There you go.
And I have to like routinely make sure I don't which one I'm on before.
I've had a couple of moments where I typed out a tweet that I'm like, hold on, nope,
that's not right.
And then copy, delete, flip, tweet. Yes.
Yep. All right, that is all we have for today. I hope
an hour and 40 minutes later.
It's a long one today. So make sure you enter in for the giveaway. Reminder on Twitter, it is like retweet and follow, all three. I can remember that, but not the elements from Tales of Aria. It's fine. And make sure you get that in before what's next Sunday?
The 3rd?
Before
the
1st.
The 1st.
Yeah, that's when we record. So
yep. Have all those in, and we will announce the winner next week. If you need us, hop in the Discord, and we are all there. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Anything else? All right. That's all for this week. Bye.